opportunities for students and teachers through code.org?
That is a fantastic question. The Hour of Code was established to kind of give kids a little taste of what computer science is, to have them have a fun experience, and let teachers know that it's something that they can do in their classes without a lot of extra effort. So most of the curriculum that code.org has both unplugged activities, which are off the computer, and then on the computer activities as well. The curriculum at code.org has hour-long tutorials for Hour of Code. There's a variety of tutorials where you can start out with the Angry Bird tutorial, which was the first one, and it takes you through little tiny puzzles where students get a taste of the computer science concepts. The next one that came out was the Anna and Elsa tutorial, which was amazing, but it focused a lot on math with angles, as Anna and Elsa would skate kind of their way. And so for a lot of math teachers, they found that as that hook activity to help kids see where angles and computer science kind of connected with each other. And then this last year we did Minecraft and Star Wars. And so with the Minecraft and Star Wars, we not only did the block-based coding, but we had a lot of the older students say, well, that's kind of elementary for those little kids. We want something for an hour code for those of us that are already smart programmers. So some of the tutorials they can do in block or they can do in Java text. Or what's really cool is they can do both at the same time. So students that aren't really good with the syntax of the JavaScript, they can do the JavaScript and then when they're not quite sure, pull the blocks over to see what it should look like. And so when teachers have kind of tried that Hour of Code, that gives them that kind of confidence, oh, I can do this. And so if you go to the code, so what we've noticed is that when teachers come to the workshop and they take it back and they try it with their students, all of a sudden the students want more, and the teachers are like, oh, Nicole, what do I do next? Where's my next step? So then we like say, here, try, go here. And then all of a sudden principals are saying, hey, will you come do a training for all of our staff so that we can figure out how we want to implement it. And so we see a lot of students in the younger grades getting really excited. They will all of a sudden want to start using robots. They want to start making web pages, and they just can't get enough. And so the next problem is, how do we get teachers so they feel confident enough to let their students know, I don't know everything, but I will lead you to resources. And it's hard as a teacher not to be the expert in the classroom. But I think one of the best things we can do for our students is say, hey, I don't know, but I will find something for you. I will somehow get robots, or I will somehow find a virtual robot, or I can write a grant. I know STEM Action Center has grant all the times, but finding ways to help your students connect where they're having fun with that computer science.
I wanted to ask you about teachers who maybe wanted to do some sort of after-school program or club for coding. Have you had any teachers do that? What were their ideas?
Definitely. A lot of teachers only get a couple hours in the lab a week, and so they want to make sure they still get in their keyboarding time or they still get in their practice for their SAGE tests. And so they'll do an after-school club. And so with the after-school club, you can use the curriculum the same way. If it was an after-school club for the little kids, you'd be able to have them start out on stage 1, and then you would do the unplugged activities with them, and then they'd kind of go at their own pace. And then you could kind of do regular check-ins. So maybe every time they come and meet, you do an unplugged activity, and then you jump back together and get on the computer. You have a driver navigator, make sure they're on the right track, and then they get to do some stuff on their own. But you can kind of set it up any way you want. I would definitely make sure that the kids who are coming to the club, you know kind of where they're at, and start them either on course 1 or course 2. If you have kids that keep coming back, on the code.org site, if they've done all of the 4 different courses, we have third-party resources with a lot of our friends out there who have sites like Scratch Ed. We have probably about 3 different pages of different resources where teachers can go on and get after-school club help, or if the students really want to do something with robotics, what can they do with robotics? And so definitely anything that you can get your students to be engaged, and looking for grants with Donors Choose or STEM Action Center to get some of those hands-on robotics or tangible type things, makey-makeys, like Spheros, things like that.